Okay Mike, let's get to it.
Right, first of all I'm going to show you how to assemble the top section of the launch compartment. Okay, basically what I've got here is a small O-ring. This is an aftermarket O-ring. I found problems with the original O-ring with leaking, and this one is 0.2 of a millimetre, slightly tighter. Basically insert that O-ring into the bottom. We have a small washer that goes over the top of that, so just lay that over the top and that sits into the bottom of the launch compartment. Okay, spring and then the pin. Okay, now we need the top section here. Now this seal historically and the seal that we've just inserted are the two seals that go most. And if you're having leaking from the barrel from the front, it'll be this O-ring, and if it's coming from the rear, it's usually this one. So clamp that on there nice and tight. Okay, push fits on. There is an O-ring on here, but usually this one doesn't give too much trouble either. Okay, insert this onto here. Now line up the tube, the windpipe, and then basically there we go. Okay, we can tighten that up a bit later, but for purposes of the video, I'm now going to move on to the velocity section. Now this is a section which is probably the most technical part of the whole pistol. Just to mention as well, this applies exactly the same to the combat pistol as well. The velocity sections and seals are all identical. Okay, first of all, we're going to insert the valve, Now, the valve in particular I'll just talk about. This is a yellow valve seal, and on the back is a ridge. Now, we have a small black seal in the back here, and the yellow seal sits with the ridge facing that black seal. This then goes into the back of the velocity compartment and is screwed in. Now, unfortunately, you do need to custom make yourself a tool for this job. I've got a pair of long nose pliers which I file down the ends, and basically once that's seated, screw that in nice and tight. Now I know there is a specific tool for this, but if you don't have it, then this is absolutely ideal. Okay, we're going to tighten that one up afterwards, but for the purposes of the video now I'm going to go on to the back section. Now we need to place the drum and the sealing pin. So first of all, we're going to screw a 10mm bolt into the back. This is exactly the way they designed it, with the threaded insert, so you can pull this out. What you don't do under any circumstances is start trying to get it out by ramming things in through here. You'll damage the yellow seal, and then you will have all sorts of problems with your pistol. Small amount of oil on these seals. We don't want to scrape these on the way in. So basically square it up, put it through, and then insert. Okay, and then we now need to put in the pin, the sealing pin. So we're going to put the sealing pin into here. Now this is threaded, although most of the time I actually find that a lot of the threads are quite worn. We need a small screwdriver for that. You don't need to over tighten this. I've noticed that a lot of the threads are actually quite worn on these anyway. So basically now we insert the spring and the cap. Now when you reverse this process, can I just point out, whatever you do, don't put the bolt in and start pulling the velocity adjuster out before you've removed this back section, because they're attached and you'll give yourselves all sorts of problems. In fact, it won't come out, you will destroy it. There we are. Now all these need tightening up, obviously. So basically the spring now goes into here, and then you need to, that's it, and then you replace your cap. But can I just say that in my experience, these two seals, the seal here and the seal at the front, are the three main problems with these pistols, and that is it really. Any other problems are unusual and easily fixed. Okay, I'm going to put this cap on, tighten it up, and that's it. I hope the video's been helpful. As you can see, this one's got a piece of brass missing on it. It does absolutely nothing. This is just a cap. This one has actually just cracked a piece off, but it doesn't make any difference. It still will work fine. So that's all. I hope this is helpful to you guys. Thank you very much.